In this segment, I'm going to talk about returning back to the office. We're going to go over some strategies to help managers and leaders with empowering their teams. So many companies right now are slowly preparing themselves to what it's going to be like to return back to an office environment. However, according to CAMH, which is the Canadian Association of Mental Health, there is some anxiety from employees when it comes to returning to previous workways as well as engaging with others. So let's go over some strategies to help managers and leaders empower their team. For starters, you want to be able to assess their mindset. For instance, you could send out a poll with a few questions. Maybe one question could be about asking them what is their biggest concern with returning into the office. Or you could ask them, what are some ways that can help them with the transition, making it as easy as possible. Communication is going to be key. So when you plan, when you create and communicate your detailed safety plan for your employees, that is going to be very beneficial for them. You also want to be able to be accommodating to them. So if they're having some needs when it comes to their work setup, please be mindful of the accommodation that you can provide to them. You want to be able to be a role model. So model the behavior that you're expecting from your employees. Following safety measures, for instance, or if your business is going to be putting in place remote work, you want to take some calls maybe from your home, just so that you are making it okay for some employees to feel comfortable about working from home. So really normalizing that hybrid model. And then there's awareness. You want to be aware of your own feelings. You're, as much as you're an employer, you're also having some difficulties as well when it comes to adaptation. So being aware of your feelings, being prepared that there's going to be different reactions to returning back to the office. Be mindful of your own reactions as well as your own attitude overall. And if there is employees who have some concerns or who are having a hard time with their anxiety, with their stress, you want to be able to provide them with some coping strategies. So for starters, let them know that they can ask as many questions as possible to get information that will make sure that they feel comfortable. They can also be vocal about their concerns or their limitations. The sooner these concerns are addressed, the better it's going to be for you and your team. You want to encourage them to plan and practice their work days. That way, beforehand, they have an idea of how their new work day is going to look like. You want to get them to stay focused. Focus on what it is that they can control. That will be able to help them let go of some of the things that they aren't able to control, that frankly we aren't able to control because there's just so many things going on right now. And as a good big reminder is for them to take full advantage of what your company's wellness program is. So for instance, if you have access to platforms like Dialogue that provide some physical or mental health support, make sure that they take advantage of that. And in conclusion, remember this is a process. It's not a one-time moment. Make sure that you make affirmative communication a habit. Make sure that your employees feel not only heard, but also supported as they go through this change. All this will help your employees feeling empowered, and it is physically, emotionally, psychologically. They will feel empowered and they will have the tools to move past this current pandemic.